Friends, Cowboy Jobu here with the Jobu Report, and boy, we are less than 24 hours away from the Redskins and Dallas Cowboys round 2 at AT&T Stadium, and the Redskins players and fans are running their mouth. Do you think it's motivation for the Dallas Cowboys, or do you think it's the Redskins being confident that they're going to get a win? I can't tell you, but we'll all know about 27 hours from now. And as always, guys, thank you for subscribing to the Jobu Report. And if you haven't, click over here on the picture of me and Sean Lee, so that way you can be part of the Jobu Report subscriptions.
We start with America's team. They're taking on the Redskins tomorrow on Thanksgiving. Hey, Rob Kelley, how about them Cowgirls?
Redskins Cowboys, a big rivalry.
I already know.
For 40 years or more. What do you know about it?
I know nobody here like the Dallas Cowgirls.
The rookie, Kelley, burst on the scene the last 3 weeks for Washington. Now, keep in mind, week 2 against Washington, the 9-game win streak started, and this is the first time an NFL defense gets a second look at Dak Prescott, so great litmus test there. Like, love, or hate, that fat Rob Kelley said this.
Max Kellerman, I hated it.
Oh, come on.
I hated it. You know why? Because, first of all, when y'all lost to the Dallas Cowboys in week 2 on your home turf in the nation's capital, I might add, doesn't mean Landover, Maryland. We could be all technical about it if we want to. It's FedEx Field. I don't recall seeing Kelley play that game. I don't recall seeing him. Was he on the roster? I'm sure. I don't know whether he was injured, whether he was benched, whether he was a second string. I don't know what the situation was. But all I know is I didn't see that brother out on the football field. And so you're going to sit up there and run your mouth. And, I mean, let sleeping dogs lie. The Dallas Cowboys have won 9 straight. They are rolling. Right now, you get ready to go onto their turf for Thanksgiving Day. You got to stop them. You already got your coach and your team complaining about the short rest because you had a Sunday night game and now you got to turn around and play on Thursday. And what are you going to do? You are going to open your mouth and call them the Cowgirls. Shots fired. Now, don't get me wrong. I would love it if he backs it up. I would love it if the Redskins back it up. But make no mistake about it, Mr. Kelley is on the clock. He clearly wanted the eye of the storm on him. You have our attention. You will be watched, and it will be recorded what you do in this game. He had better show up and produce, and the Redskins had better back it up, because if they don't, listen, they're going to have a rough afternoon. You don't talk smack like this.
I kind of liked it.
And here's the deal. I'm very, very big on this. Individual sports, I have no problem. You're a boxer, you want to talk smack? Talk away. You UFC fighter? Talk away. You a tennis player? Talk away. You a golfer? Talk away. Do all of that. But when you got to rely on a whole bunch of teammates who may not have your swag, who may not have your ability, who may not have your tenacity, you don't do that. Because it puts you in a position where you can end up making dudes have to live up to something, Max, they simply ain't capable of living up to.
I love this.
I'm with you.
First of all, Kelley, if you played daily fantasy, boy, you could get him. You could get him for pennies on the dollar, and he's producing like the best guy in the league. This is an undrafted rookie who has been balling recently. A big part of their recent role in Washington. And you're playing the Dallas Cowboys, not only America's team, but arguably the best team in football right now. Certainly in the NFC, they look like the best team. They have the best point differential in the game. They're the best team, third against the run. That's elite. I know they play ball control offense. It helps their defense, whatever. Third in yards per game against the run. Third. That's an elite defense against the run. And you're the running back calling them out. How much better does it get than that? An NFC East rivalry game, the first place Cowboys you're going up against, an excellent run defense. You're undrafted, and you're talking like
I love
this.
it.
How could you not love? How could you, of all people, not love this?
Because once again, I'm concerned about the Redskins in this game. A, B, it's not just about his ability; it's about that of his team. C, this dude had 17 carries. 17 carries until 3 games ago. Now, over the last 3 games, he had 21,
He's a
22, and
rookie.
20.
Give him a break.
That's why you don't need to be. Listen, your breath smells like Similac. You wet behind the ears. Mind your damn manners. You haven't done anything yet. Yeah, you had a big game against Green Bay last week, but that's Green Bay, which we all know is just a joke of a defense right now. That was his first 100-yard game of his career, 137 yards on 24 carries. So when you look at that, okay, The fact of the matter is he hasn't really shown enough yet to be opening his mouth.
That's why he doesn't care, Stephen A. When you go undrafted and you work your way to this position, what do you have to lose?
Listen, I'm not saying, well, wait a minute. He has a lot to lose because if he doesn't show up Thursday and they play like garbage, excuse me, a lot of people are going to remember the fact that he said this. You're a rookie, but you're a rookie. Mind your manners. Mind your manners.
Now, let me give you the flip side of that. Let's say after talking this smack against Dallas, which you just mentioned, third in the league against the run, he then goes out and balls. What do you have to say about that?
Then I'll be happy.
You'll love it.
But I'm concerned that that's not going to happen.
The outcome will affect what you think about him talking smack.
Not just the outcome.
The fact that he's willing to risk that makes it
the
awesome.
Outcome of him and the outcome of his performance. Not just that of the Redskins, but of him. Redskins could win this game. But if you averaging 2 yards a rush and you ain't doing anything, I'm going to remember the fact that you opened your mouth. I don't like
Let me tell you, well, yeah, sure, if he fails. But the whole point of him talking like this is he don't plan on failing.
You're a rookie.
That makes it even more gangster.
You're a
What are you
rookie.
talking about?
High reward.
Let me tell you what else I like about it. In these kind of rivalries, and Cowboys versus Washington, partly it's stupid just because of the names of the team, is like this really hardcore football rivalry, NFC East and the whole thing. Part of the right kind of culture on a team is developing the proper hatred for the other team. So calling them the Cowgirls, and yes, it's not like politically correct, obviously, to use girl in a pejorative sense, but getting beyond that. Okay, fine, but getting beyond that, the idea is you're dissing basically. You have something negative to say about them.
All right.
Indicates that you have internalized the rivalry. And if you're a Washington fan, you're looking at that and going, I like the culture on this team. The rookie running back has already internalized the hatred of the Dallas Cowboys. And that kind of culture actually leads to success in rivalry games. It really does.
Well, listen, I had the pleasure of interviewing Joe Theismann yesterday on my radio show. Joe Theismann, Super Bowl champion quarterback for the Washington Redskins. He was on my show, Sirius XM, Mad Dog Sports Radio, every weekday, 1 to 3 p.m. Eastern
Channel
Standard
82.
Time. Channel 82. Here's the deal. Joe Theismann loves the way the Redskins are playing. Of course, he believes the Redskins are going to win this game. He's saying that since they started out 0-2, keep in mind that they're 6-1-1 over their last 8 games, which is very, very impressive. We look at it from that perspective. So the Redskins clearly are a team that has the capability to ball. They have a high-powered offense, particularly when you look at Garcon, Deshaun Jackson, Jordan Reed, give Vernon Davis some love, backing up at that tight end spot. Looks like his career is getting rejuvenated. Offensive line doesn't look as suspect as it used to be. Kirk Cousins is balling and looking like a franchise caliber quarterback. We're not sold on that, but he's looking the part, at least right now, and give him his props because he's willing to accept that 1-year franchise tag. The fact of the matter is, with all of that being said, it minimizes the excuses to lose a game of this magnitude. And so, to me, well, again,
they don't plan on losing.
Well, again, I understand that, but this is a rookie who is unproven saying this. This was Kirk Cousins, I would have loved it. If this was Deshaun Jackson or Pierre Garcon or Jordan Reed, I would have loved it.
You want someone more proven.
But Kelley, who I never knew about till 2 weeks ago.
But that makes me like it more.
Y'all like it more, that's fine, because it's not going to hurt y'all as much if the Cowboys win.
But
it's going to hurt me, and I'm telling you right now, I can't.
Wait a minute.
The Cowboys are going to win. You guys will pick it tomorrow. The Cowboys are going to win.
This is what it is. You called this the other day. You're really afraid that he's giving the Cowboys too much motivation. That's what this is about.
I am concerned about that. Listen, man, we have to come together as a nation and figure out a way to stop these Cowboys. We cannot have the Cowboys winning these games. We have to come together, and anything that can impede the ability to knock off the Cowboys is a concern.
The man makes a good point.
We must come up with
Good turkey's not
We have to come together as a nation to figure out how to stop these Cowboys.
All right, we got to move in. Yes or no answer here. Have you guys ever used that term, cowgirls, to describe the Cowboys?
Me? Have I?
Oh, I've never seen you with a loss for words.
Are you ready for this?
Max?
I'm a Giants fan. I'm
ready
too
for
busy
this?
watching Super Bowl championships. I'm not worried about the Cowboys.
I said it in private.
Okay.
You know.
Let's get into another